so pleased to have on Bobby Palmieri. Thank you so much for coming here and talking about the heart. You have quite a story to tell. As a 10-year-old, what happened in your family?
I suddenly lost my dad to a heart attack. No warning signs. Just, one day he just wasn't there. Lost him to heart disease.
And did you know that it was in your family? Did you know heart disease was in your family?
No, we had no warning signs at all. It just happened suddenly, no precautions, no warning signs, no nothing.
You're 10-year-old, you have a brother. He's a little brother, right?
Yep, he was 7
apart?
at the time, so
7
3
at the
years
time.
apart.
So it's your mom, it's a 10-year-old, it's a 7-year-old, and you have to regroup and start again without a dad.
Yeah.
What did you do right away?
So 3 days later, I went to my mom. I woke up with this idea called Have a Heart. I was like, Mom, I want to do something. I can't imagine that I'm the only one feeling like this, but I don't want anyone to feel like this.
So you're grieving, but you still have an idea to do something.
Yeah, so what the idea was is to make silicone bracelets that said Have a Heart on them and sell them and just raise as much money as possible to help people in similar situations.
That's these right here.
Yeah.
How did you find that? And we should say that you're a junior at Quinnipiac University.
Correct.
You're from Massachusetts.
Yep.
So how did you reach out? Did Mom say, even in her grief, let me help you find a company that we can make these bracelets that say Have a Heart?
Yes.
How did you do it?
So she's the most amazing lady I know, and even in that time, she just wanted to do anything to help me. So immediately, 3 days after, I'm sure there was a million other things she had to be doing. We just hopped on the computer, found some company that printed these bracelets. I printed 1,000 of them. They were there probably 7 days later, and off and running. I was out there selling them to, anyone that would listen to me.
Where did you go? Did you start knocking on doors? Did you take them to your school?
Yep. So, knocked on the neighborhood. We had a very nice neighborhood, so just knocking on those doors. The family owned the gas station, so selling to all those customers. My dad was pretty big in the community, so a lot of people knew of him, knew the story, knew me. So I just went in, talked to everyone, sold all the 1,000 bracelets I had in probably less than 2 weeks.
So less than 2 weeks, you made about $2,000 or
$2,000 profit, yeah.
$2,000 profit. What did you do with the money, Bobby?
I took all the money and just donated it to the American Heart Association. Just wrote a check. Well, my mom wrote a check at the time, and we just went and delivered the check, and that was that. Didn't want any money, any profit of it. Just wanted to help out people that were in a similar situation like me.
How did that feel once you did that?
It was probably, the biggest part of my grieving process at that time, just knowing, what I was going through in a tough situation, but, I couldn't have been the only one, and, that $2,000 that I donated definitely made me feel like I was helping out, and it helped me a lot with my grieving process. It's probably one of the best feelings, of that year.
And you miss him every day,
For
I'm
sure.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was about 10 years ago?
Yeah, it'll be 11 in May.
All right, 11 years ago in May. Fast forward, then what starts to happen? After you do the silicone bracelets, then what starts to percolate in your head?
Yeah, so that was kind of the end of it. I was 10. I didn't really have any sense of business at that time. Well, I guess I did, but it kind of took a hiatus. Never really thought of it. But I always wore the bracelet. This is the same bracelet. This is 11 years old.
That's 11 years old?
This is 11 years old, or 10, just about.
Well, they hold up nicely.
So, thank you.
Because it's Dad with you, isn't it?
Of course, always. So, it kind of took a hiatus. I got to college, and I guess back then I had this kind of false premonition that, grieving is kind of something that comes and goes. But, as I got older, I realized that it was something that was with me every day. There's still challenges I have to overcome. And I realized, back to that original thought, that there are other people that are still overcoming these grieving challenges. So I thought, well, if I was doing it then, I should be doing it now to help out. If I'm still overcoming these problems, other people will be too. So I brought back the idea for Have a Heart.
It's haveaheart.co, not
Right.
.com.
Not .com.
Haveaheart.co.
Haveaheart.co.
So what are you doing for other college students who have lost a parent to a heart attack?
So the idea for Have a Heart now is to give a scholarship to a student who has lost a parent to heart disease. That's our main focus.
Have you amassed a team behind you now?
No, it's really a one-man show, but I always say we and our because there's so many people that support me, so many people that have donated, so many people that, retweet everything, that, just are always involved at all the events they're participating. They're buying you know, every time I release something new. And that's just kind of what I think is the team. You know, it's just a huge, huge help.
So Quinnipiac University is helping you. Other colleagues at school are helping you. You came out with a whole line of clothing, long sleeve shirts, hats, sweatshirts,
Short sleeves,
sweatpants.
tanks, we got just about everything
You've
you can
got
put
everything
on a shirt.
with Have a Heart.
Of course.
How much money have you made so far? And you're figuring that about 1 million college students don't have a parent because of a heart attack?
Yeah, just so there's no exact numbers, but the way we kind of worked it is 1 in 11 have lost a parent to heart disease before the age of 23. So that's about the college age, and then you take the amount of college students. So it roughly estimates to about 1 million college students have lost a parent to heart disease, which is kind of crazy. So
It's sobering, isn't it?
yeah, for sure.
What's the reaction to all of this, to people that you meet? Because I know heart disease is in my family. So when I saw you, I reached out to you because as a young person, what you're doing for others is amazing.
Thank you.
So what's the reaction to other folks to this?
People really have been more than supportive, more than I could ever imagine. And like you said, it's sobering. Just doing this, I mean, I know the numbers of heart disease and how many people have heart disease, but once you get out there and you're telling people what you're doing, who lost their dad, who lost their mom, brother, it's just insane how many people have been affected by heart disease and how many people want to help the cause. They believe in it, they see the idea, they see the vision. It's truly amazing.
Bobby, what's the big vision beyond all of this, that you just give out so much money? I mean, I know you're advocating heart health and you yourself get checked.
Always, yeah. So, I mean, the big vision is to cut back on heart disease across America. It's the #1 killer. So, you know, scholarships is a great way to impact a family that's, you know, has some financial problems because of losing a parent to heart disease. But, you know, it's really about taking back those grieving problems that families are having in any way possible, while at the same time promoting heart health to make sure that there's less families that are affected by heart disease. You know, my job would be completed if I could make sure that there's no heart disease in America, but unfortunately that's not as easy as it sounds. So this is a great way to help, but promoting heart health is definitely high on our priority list.
So scholarships, you've got family gifts.
Yeah, so the idea behind that is, you know, when I was 10, my brother was 7, we were getting counseling, you know, some just people helping out. But, you know, sometimes it was more productive to just take a break to go to a Bruins game to help with the grieving process. So that's the kind of idea behind that, is just to give kids, families a break, you know, when they're grieving, just to get them out and, you know, kind of forget about what's going on. It actually scientifically helps with the grieving process. So, you know, if we can donate Red Sox tickets, Bruins tickets, I'm Boston guy, so those are the teams that come to mind. But if we can do that to help them with their grieving process, you know, all the power to us. So that's the idea behind the family gifts.
How do you need help to grow this? Here's your chance to say, here's the help I need. What do you need? What does haveaheart.co need?
We need you know, help on all fronts. You know, just spreading the message, following us on social media, staying up to date. You know, wearing the shirts, making donations. You know, sending us pictures of your shirt. You know, wearing your shirt, so you know we can really spread this brand. That's what the main goal is, to spread the brand. You know, the rest will come easy. It's a cause that I truly believe in. So I'm confident that if we spread the brand, everything will fall into place. So that's kind of, you know, just support the brand however you can. It doesn't have to be a donation. Throw us a like on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you can to help. As long as you believe in the brand, the rest will come.
Bobby, your dad would be proud.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much.
When one listen, who's this girl I spend all night kissing, and if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride. The harder we look, the less we can see. Don't you know, that you need me.